Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's your favorite icon up in the building, and we have reached that time again, family. The Circle of the Gods presents the six sacred vows. Huh? Love, respect, and commitment for a man and a woman. Oh, we about to get into it today, y'all. Yes, we are. But hang in there. I'll be right with you in just a sec. Thought I told you we are the city network. Circle of the God, point six. Thought I told you, I thought I told you, we are the city network. Circle of the God, point six. YouTube, the icon is, let's go up in this piece. For sure, y'all. It's your favorite icon, man. And we are live up in here, man. We about to get into what we about to get into. Um, part four. Part four of the contract. Part four of the contract in the breakdown of the vows. Uh a contract made to myself. Um which is a reflection of where my mind was at the time. In the first three parts, we um I wanted to get into this just a small step back each time I come in because I want you, those who may be new for the first time, who haven't heard the first three parts, what the contract is really all about. And this is where my frame of mind was at while I was serving time in federal prison. Uh, and at that time, I was a little bit more cultural and refined, a little bit more polished because I fell into the hands of a program, an organization that helped me gather my thoughts and organize myself, and then gain some disciplines. Now, I'm not ashamed to say or proud to say that a lot of those things I don't do anymore as far as participation with the group itself, but never falling too far away from the tree, just a branch. I still recognize and understand that my root base and my home base is what it is, and I'm gonna save that for another time. So I present to you and to those who may be hearing this for the first time, and I hope it's enough said today that'll make you want to go back and hear the first three parts because you got to have all of them together. You know what I'm talking about. So I don't have a whole lot of time to do the whole thing every time that I come, but I do just a recap with the contract and get to the last vow that we were on. So without further ado, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And so the origin of this contract in federal prison, like I said, and me vowing to myself, excuse me, that I wanted to maintain and sustain this man that I was becoming, the character that I was becoming, more refined, and what that meant as the masculine principle to my community, to my family, to myself. Just a person out here. Do I have principles and things of that nature? And so, also, because I have to do something first before I even do that, I want to go back through the words as well. There's some words that I jotted down about, in my view, of what a balanced person could look like. For some of these things may fit. You may have other things to put in here or words to put in here that might can make it more appealable to you. But I know that these words right here are intended, though they're socially constructed words, they are intended to show the best, to bring forth the best in a character that is being supported by these words. you know what I'm saying, or describe, right? And I'm gonna read these off real quick. And the first word is integrity, character, obedient, militant, faithful, grounded, reliable, cooperative, trustworthy, alert, humble, dependable, respectful, submissive. See, if these are the pillars that we're placing on a strong foundation, you're gonna be a very, very, very enlightened person, and it's gonna be something about the character that you uphold in the direction you give it. Through that kind of refinement, you're gonna be so distinguishable from so many other people and a beacon of light. You see what I'm saying? You're not out to hurt, you're not out to take, you're not out to maim, you're out to help. You don't force anything, and whenever you have a word, it's always a word of encouragement. Never a grunt, always a calm demeanor about yourself. Even when your life is going through turmoil, because we stay locked in struggle. We just try to build and build that each struggle that come, we can find our mathematical way to approach it so we can solve the problem of it and get back to peace and be prepared for the next struggle to come. So those pillar words right there. Foundation would have to be you just clearing your mind for a second and opening up your mind to something other than what you already think you know. Give something else a chance, even if it's only for the sake of being in a classroom to witness, you know, to formulate that idea. Ain't nothing satanic about it. Your brain was created for that, to learn. Okay? So we're gonna get into this contract and excuse me. I got me some of my tea here. I think this one it got honey, it got lemon and turmeric and something else. It's a root that's a ginger root. And it's very tasty. I got honey in it. Mm, and it's so good, so good. I don't have any food on my stomach at the moment, and that tea just it's just like it just cleansing my whole system, my whole core. Good God Almighty. Whew. Anyway, I feel good to a brother this morning. By the way, I know y'all like it. I been said that boy be coming on here. He been wearing these fedoras. Yeah, fedora gang in the building. I got a bunch on. I be trying to find my outfits to wear with them. As you can see, my background. I'm just gonna divert just for a minute. My background is a little plain right now, but growth as it come, it embellishes. You know what I'm saying? With the beautiful spirit of understanding, I could be in a plain space and still make it love. We always made something out of nothing because we are the children of the Creator, right? The contract, the six sacred vows of love, respect, and commitment for a black man and woman, specifically all men and women in general. The contract. I, Ronald Smith, the icon. Come now, being of sound mind and body, swear on this day of the date, the month, the year, to honor and live up to the vows of commitment put forth now in this contract and or covenant of good faith to myself, family, community, and people. I understand by taking these vows, I am committing myself to a higher standard and purpose in life. That if I should fail to live up to these vows, which are holy designed to establish an unbreakable bond between black men and women and children, specifically all men, women, and children in general, and create a more stabler environment for our families and communities. I would have failed myself and forfeited my right to be a voice among my peers, family, friends, associates, community. Mm. I further understand that it is a privilege to be allowed to represent to the world a true image of a strong, loving, dedicated, respectful, family oriented, civilized, hardworking, lover of education, and maintainer of life and property. I am as a black man and or woman, specifically, all others in general. Still life, still family, still us, the human species. Without uh, social constructs, we will be the same. With social construct, we've been made different. So the self got to re-recognize the self, and the self got to come back, and the self has to hold self accountable and responsible for things that have happened. Because in all things, people, even before you go do the crime sometime or the dirty things you've done. I know I've done some dirty things in life. I had to think about those things, and I had to come to a conclusion on whether it was going to happen or not. And in the cases where it happened, I gave in to the darkness, a disruptor of peace and security to self and others. These are the games that we play. Oh, yes. We're going to talk about it. These are the games that we play. So a contract at that particular stage, for me, I felt necessary. I wanted to do it. I got up and got my little typewriter kit stuff and went and got me a typewriter. And in that federal prison, I typed up that contract to myself. Yep. But let me finish. Last part. I further understand that it is a privilege. It is a privilege. And I take these vows of my own free will, not being pressured by any man, woman, organization, or government, because I see the benefit or benefits that stand to be gained by my participating in a small but significant role in the empowerment of myself, family, and community. These are some, this contract is my mind. I'm in my 30s at this time. Went in federal prison at 19 years old. So from 19 to that time, this is where the mind reached from, fuck them crackers and, what I'm saying, fuck niggas and having enemies, calling them my ops and robbing banks and trying to sell crack and, lousy crack dealer. You know what I'm saying? To ending up damn near at the age of 17, man, in a prison. Yeah, some things happened right before I caught my federal case. While they was trying to say I was looking at some time. I escaped it and came back and got it because the mentality was still the same. This soldier gangster shit. But gangster ended up in federal prison by the real gangsters. Gangsters of their world, they're sent to protect it at all costs, right or wrong. They vicious dogs, man. So how do you maintain, how do you navigate in a world built on capitalism, which has been perverted in all kinds of ways? We live in a disease. I hope y'all know that. We live in a disease. This whole thing that we breathe in, drink, saturate our minds to through marketing that influences a lot of people. I know it did me. And we ain't that much damn different. You got a brain, you got these same facts before you, like me. You got to make choices about the things around you in your life, like the rules and the regulations, the laws of your country and system. And you'll obey them, but you won't make a law for your own life and a system that'll keep you safe. And I wonder how that happens a lot of the times. Perhaps they get us when we babies. Perhaps they already got your mom and your daddy, and they know they can't give you but what they've been given. But trust and believe, the ancestors never not left a way for us to get back to home base. And the enemy know that. We know how to get back to home base. And the crazy thing about it, not crazy in the sense of like insane and nut house or something like that, but when things align themselves aright, even those who have been used as the instruments or the hands to create the instruments of death, there will be there will be a reset. And I don't know where the hell I'm getting this shit from right now, but a reset in a different way that we know about systems that man make. Most High got reset coming. There were some things that were supposed to be manifested so we can see it at its ugliest, that we don't repeat this shit. So everybody that played a part in this whole melodramatic shit that we call life had a purpose for doing what they had to do. And you can't chastise a man for doing his job, can you? You'll take somebody and chastise them for doing their job? Or do you learn the damn lesson and don't repeat it? If it's good, repeat it as often as you can, right? Cultivate it, God damn it. Make it reach different plateaus of goodness. But the other stuff, man, whack it. And so, how long we been here? We got 16 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna try to respect this clock because I got to do a schedule for the team today. We went through vows 1, 2, 3, and we was at 4, I do believe. So I'm gonna recap at 4, and then we're gonna move on to 5. The 6 sacred vows of love, respect, and commitment for a black man and woman specifically, and all men and women in general. So number 4 states, I vow to be the best man and or woman, father and or mother, son and or daughter, husband and or wife, friend, mentor, and student of life I can be. To bring honor and respect by word and action to the above mentioned. To be true to the process of courtship with a potential mate by striving to fully understand and appreciate that person for who they are. To communicate with one another any problem, ideas, and thoughts that will help create and maintain balance within a formed relationship. This is some high powered shit going on with constructed words here, right? And I know that if you got any kind of link to the truth, you know what you hearing ain't just some stuff that's made up. We talking real live nature and thought process. If there was no words, we supposed to be in this character, the gods and goddesses or the guardians of the planet. See, we were made to believe we were a plague to the planet when we are guardians of the planet. That's why anywhere you go in life, the indigenous people, they close to the heartbeat of the earth because there's something that drives us beyond that we know is sustaining it. And that algorithm, the nature's algorithm, the natural. Yeah. Things that our minds was made not to focus on. Focus on Gucci and Michael Kors and focus on diamonds and focus on, cars and don't never focus on the sciences of the things that bring those things into fruition. It's crazy. So inside of that fourth one, a lot of things was going on too, the breakdown, because it touched a family unit. Because everybody, even your children that are old enough to have some form of comprehension, can make this vow. You can say this vow with them, around them. You see, this is a mind resetter. I got the mind resetter in these vows. 6, my number. The icon 6, yeah. The 6th sacred vow. And we'll get into that number 6 at some point here on Circle of the Gods point 6, man. Shout out to the Circle of the Gods point 6. Man, you have no idea the work that has been put in from the time I was in prison to the time I got out with this thought process and getting this to the airways from behind a wall or the barbed wire gates, razor blade gates and shit. with guards riding around in the truck with real guns. If you try to get up out of there, then you can lose your real life. You know what I'm saying? And just being in that little microcosm and wanting to get back to the macrocosm, which is out here where people who think they free that don't even realize you just as in prison as the people in that small little space called prison that you can say, yeah, we're in the same mess. Go through any ghetto, man. That's prison on a mass scale. Same people, same mentality. Where is the moral compass? Where did it go? Is what I asked myself. I was raised right. I wasn't raised to be a monster. But this fourth vow was intended, right? I want to be the best man I can be or woman. That's you talking to you. You being honest with you. I wrote this contract to myself and made these vows to myself. And I knew it was gonna take some work to uphold them. I haven't done it perfectly, but this is the mentality, and I never lost that. All throughout social media, wherever I go, on any application I get into, I bring these things to the airwave and I talk to people. Some get it and some don't, right? Either way, I was destined to have these conversations with these people, these chiefs, these gods, these goddesses, emperors and empresses, or whatever titles we behold or put on ourselves or have been placed upon us. Excuse me. That's supposed to promote leadership, light, forever a student. So forever learning as well with the class, and always looking to learn from those ahead. Um, and it's called respect. When I find young people who have a what people would call a old, so like you 20, 30 years old, and you're talking about things that it took some men into their 50s and 60s to actually get together. I know such a person. I met one. He worked with me every Monday. A very intelligent young man, and I'm trying to see if I can get him on here where we can talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about a few things. Every time we work once a week together on Monday. I go pick him up, and he has been a really, really, really for me to be at my age in this flesh, or this flesh to be what it is, right? Um, to me, the younger person that when talk to him, that I can hear myself, and then at the same time be wise enough to hear information that I've never even seen before, heard coming through this young person. Shout out to our young people, man. That's wired correctly out here. Some of them look like little nerds. They look like little kids. Sometimes they come in all size, shapes, and fashions. And so I've been blessed with an opportunity to meet someone of that age and of that caliber. So I'm excited about that. And plus, I want to introduce him to some of this philosophies, and that's what I said I want to come out and do. And before I go on, just yesterday at work, I was at work in Mayport here in Jacksonville, and the fire marshal came through, and we was in there taking care of business because it's one of our accounts. We go tidy that place up, do sanitation, janitorial type stuff, and then get them right. Shout out to Matrix Facility Solutions. Yeah. Yeah. The company that I work for, shout out to brother Anthony Mountagoat and the whole Matrix Solution team. Um, but I don't want to get too far from what I'm trying to do. But anyway, we'll get back to that another time. The shout out to that is this shout out to the whole finding someone that I feel um represents young people very well, you know. And I want to let the world meet this young man. Uh yeah. I want the world to meet this young man. But that's what I was trying to say. The fire marshal, right? So when he came to the door, I was like, "Hey, listen, we here. Nobody that works here is here, okay?" And so he was like, "Okay." I said, "But no." He said, "Can you get a number to somebody that maybe can perhaps because I got to come do the annual fire inspection thingy of make sure everything working properly and the way it's supposed to be." So I got in contact with my boss and you know what I'm saying. We walked over to the office next to it, was right there. But in the midst of having that conversation, I don't know why I'm sharing every damn detail. I get like that sometimes. Be super focused. Very, very focused on detail. Um, he was talking, and I was asking him something about programs. Do he be around any programs with young people that do motivational things with young men, young women that may be displaced or may be in a good place and might not be as focused because I've also when I was in prison I already knew that I was going to be doing that too, mentorship and counseling. I long for that. That's why my conversations are set up the way that they are. Every time I get on the set, I'm counseling, and most people they recognize it too, and they'll tell me that. But that's what it is, and I love to have music as the centerpiece because music calms the savage beast. They say, their frequency. So I try to find the right things at the right times for uh, the right mission when it comes to our connection to each other and our abilities to learn from each other, or just and just vibe in a good space. And so he wrote down my name. He told me about a few people, and even if it's not them, I'm continuing to pursue that because I do have some outlets where there is great opportunity for the things that I'm doing here. And people starting to recognize that. They starting to recognize the Icon 6 out here in social media, man. For real. They gonna I'm gonna get it the hard way. I ain't got no machine behind me. Well, yes, I do. I got the creator. I got the greatest machine behind me. And I know everything that I'm gonna need to get where I need to be is going to be right there for me. It had to start with me, the root, and I had an opportunity to do some things in another space. Shout out to Stereo, another application out there in social media. Yeah, they had an opportunity, man, to bring this product to the world, man, and met some distinguished people. Um, and some people that had like minds of this, a bunch of drama too. A lot of drama, but that's social media, god damn it. And it was a good ground to be on for me, in Avatar. A lot of the time, most of the time you in Avatar, and then there was a time they let you put any profile, but getting from behind that avatar is what it is for me. I don't mind getting in front of the camera. I ain't doing no catfish. It is what it is. Crooked teeth, broke teeth, gap teeth, bald head. Nope. I can't say no head because you ain't got no head. That means you ain't here no more. So let me get back to what I'm doing, man. This is serious business. Now I gotta put a little laugh in there. But anyway, point number 5, y'all. We had 27 minutes and counting. I vow to be honest, loyal, and faithful to the person I commit myself to in a relationship, to promote a strong image of the love and respect Black men and women share or could share, to strive with all the power in me, not to hurt by words or action the person I share a relationship with, to know and understand that in order to grow into a more perfect union with one another, there has to be perseverance on the parts of both parties involved in said relationship that will encounter many struggles, small and great alike, throughout the duration of said relationship, to conduct myself in a professional manner while in the presence of the opposite sex, to not justify any wrongdoing on my part that will bring dishonor to myself, the person I am involved with, my family, friends, and community. Now, then again, this is where your brother mine was at. The spirit had his hands on me in a way to where I was doing things in the prison, man, that didn't make me a likable character to the system. We now I'm on freedom, justice, and equality. I see what's happening. I'm looking at the construct now. I'm like Neo in the Matrix. I see the numbers. Y'all ain't been playing fair. And I understand why. And I can't even be mad at y'all because I should be doing the same thing in life, trying to have something, trying to take what the creator has given for me. Yeah, I know I might be outnumbered, I might be outgunned in the whole nine, but that's what intelligence is for. Hey, we need to sit down. That's why we want to organize. That's why we want to galvanize the people. We want to bring the collective together. So one voice, one band, one sound. Damn it, Dr. Lee up in this thing. Let's do it. I came to do it, not for play play. Not for play play. So there's a lot of talk about the relationship in the form of a man and a woman, right? Taking opportunity to be these culturally refined people. See, this contract is something that you got to live up to. It's a process. We talk about some real culture and refinement on these people and character. We ain't there. We not there. Cause when you get to this level, that means you don't really found or been shaken to the point to where your mind is rebooted and you starting to see these constructs for what they are. And then you start stepping back from them. You stop participating in things that are meant to hurt and corrupt and maim and disillusion, mislead, misguide. You don't allow yourself to be used as an instrument to hurt people based off lies. Yeah, yeah, we were sent for everybody, right? So the conduct, I know some women be like, oh man, that's the ooh, I can find that brother right there. If I can get that man right there, you talking about icon, ooh, loyal, honest, faithful to the person he committed himself to. Where he at, icon? We ain't seen nobody like that. I know, sister. I know, sister. And the crazy part is, we ain't seen a woman like that in a long time. And the few that are, they stand out. I mean, really stand out. Sublime, beautiful, image, control, still struggling, not perfect, but have graduated, have revolved, evolved, not devolved, and still moving forward. Found the natural nature's algorithm and it's paying off. They're not stressing the same way you stress, or people stressing about frivolous things, small things. Why they in my neighborhood? It could be your neighborhood, but you ain't made no moves to own that. You haven't even inquired how you can. And listen, I'm talking to myself because this is what I do. I talk it, but I gotta talk it to myself. So this is me in the contract. But you're gonna get what you give. If you not that man, not that woman that was described in this, then you stuck in a war. You stuck in a battle. And that's where we've been. Go through our social media and listen to some of these conversations about the male and female dynamics. Go listen to these conversations about relationships. Go listen to some of these rooms where women just done with men and men just done with women. Listen to the way we talk about each other. And diseases on the rise, STDs on the rise. All you money getting mofos that can hit anything out there, and all you money hungry mofos out there that want to receive the money because you want to be, what I'm saying, that chick. Danger, Will Robinson. I gotta tie this up, man, because I want to respect the time. I got about maybe 6 minutes here, so let me see if I can get to vow number six. And I got some more stuff, and then we gonna do the breakdown. And I'm quite sure I'm gonna have to do one more of these here to finish it up properly. So the sixth vow, I just want to get into it. Vow number six of the six sacred vows. I vow to honor every commitment I make as a black man and or woman to strive to do my part in bringing about a much needed change of good fortune to self and kind, to be a part of the solution rather than a part of the problem. That ill effect my well-being and the well-being of my family, loved ones, and community, to be trustworthy and dependable so that I may earn the right to command the respect I demand of others. This is my commitment as a black man and or woman, specifically, all men and women in general. Uh, this is my commitment as a black man or woman to myself, family, friends, community, and people. Want to cover all the bases as much as possible. All the bases as much as possible. And I still got 5 minutes. I might can finish this whole thing. And then we'll come back next time. We'll just talk about a few things. I'm gonna put it back in. If anybody got any questions, if you come into contact with this right here, put the comments in there. Share this with people that you know. Hey, they need to hear this here. If you feel like it was good for you, when you listen to it, and please, if you can, listen for more than a second. Give it an opportunity, man. We give our minds to a whole lot of things that ain't trying to take us nowhere but straight to hell. I know we can listen to something from a brother that's designed to try to get us up out the hell and get us in some part of heaven. Put your pinky toe in heaven. God damn. Stop being so hard on yourself. You know, people that stay ignorant, man, you being hard on yourself, player. Stop being hard on yourself, player. But check it. If you would like to be a part of a movement for positive change, sign this contract. I might make these available because this was the idea. This was the closing part. This was me already in my mind doing promoting, marketing, all this type of stuff. I want to get this to the people. So, and I was going to do it from back there. I was going to have it sent to a couple of places and see what some people want to get involved with it while I still was in prison. But all praise be to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I made it what I had to do it on my own. So, um, if you would like to be a part of a movement for positive change, sign this contract. With all of the things ill affecting us as a people, we owe it to ourselves to make a commitment for positive change. These vows of love, respect, and commitment are so vital for the growth and development of a people and a generation of people to come. This is not a gimmick or something to be taken lightly. Your future and mine are at stake here, and we must take charge of our lives. We can no longer wait on our so called leaders to do for us what we can do for ourselves. We have a responsibility to make our own lives better. Be a part of the Star a movement campaign. What that means, you become the damn director of the campaigns everywhere that you are with people that you already in link with and sync with and move to be better in your movement and examples out here by just being a good person. Not seeking hand claps, pats on the back, none of that. Just be a good person because it's the right thing to do. If more of us was being them kind of a people, we stop hurting each other, looking at each other with envy and jealousy. We've committed to everything that's been placed before us to do us dirty and wrong. Now it's time to commit to something that's designed to get us cleaned up out the dirt. That freedom and justice can come to us. It's in our hands. It's always been in our hands. People. Talking about all people. Yeah. That's not the power. But it is the power. If you understand what I'm saying. And so that was my contract to myself while I was in federal prison. And so with that being said, I got to get ready to slide up out of here, y'all. I really do. I had a fun time again. And if you would like me to revisit this at some point, I will do that. If you got something you want to bring to the table that can broaden the conversation, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all for it. It's your favorite icon. We are the City Network, baby. That's how it's going down. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I am your favorite icon 666. Let's get it. We are the city that work. Circle of the gods, .666. Shout out to all the family out there, all of the associate networking partners. Excuse me. Big Chief, not the little one. Tribes Up, I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. Shout out to Empress. Soft Girl. All categories. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Queen Black Radio. Black Roots Entertainment. Yeah. I'm shouting y'all out because, you know, these are the people that respect and so many others. Miss Chaz Cake, Know It's Love, Carbon, the Melanated Goddess, here. And so many others. What up, TT, my little sister? Louis Cash, what it do, boy? Yeah. City of Peace, what up, bro? You already know what time it is. Let's get it. Anita Louise. Yeah. Randy, what's up? And I'm out this piece, you know what I'm talking about? I gotta go.